Hey, horror fans, welcome back to another episode of Terror Talk where I discuss creepy clips online. The original horror music that you hear in these videos is composed by me. Now imagine being able to save on everyday expenses and put that money towards your next horror movie outing, spooky decor, or haunted carnival excursion. Be sure to watch all the way through as I have something that will help feed your next horror adventures. Now let's get into it and have some fun.
My name is Leo. To be completely honest with you, I'm a little lost in life right now. I won't get into it too much, but all you need to know is that my family situation is horrible. For the past 3 years, I've tried to stay as far away from home as possible. My close friends from high school have been changing in ways I don't like, and I feel like my hometown has nothing to offer me anymore.
Do you ever feel like that? That you're lost in life and not really knowing where you're going? Let me know in the comments below. I know I've definitely been there, and I feel like I've worked my way out of it a lot over time, but yeah, let me know in the comments below if you feel that way, because it's nothing really to be ashamed of. I feel like we're all where we're supposed to be at in life, and my dad always says that, which I think is a really good quote. We are where we're meant to be at this point in time. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you feel that way.
I'm about to be a senior in college, and to be completely honest, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with my life after that. Enough with the sob story, though. I was in Berlin last year for whatever reason, probably searching for a sense of place or trying to find a direction in life. I remember the name of the bar I was in, Reduya. I was there alone, nothing I'm not used to. I was getting ready to leave when I felt around my pocket and realized my apartment keys were missing. Just my luck. I stumbled out of the bar and began walking toward my apartment anyway. The whole thing was locked up. There was no way I was getting in there, and it was way too late at night to get a replacement set. I'm not sure what most people would do in a situation like this, but my first thought was to start looking for a place to sleep. As if my luck wasn't bad enough, it started raining. Eventually, I decided.
Yeah, what would you do in a situation like this? I mean, losing your keys is a pretty terrible feeling. Whether it's your car keys or your apartment keys or your phone, losing anything like that is really, really not a good feeling at all. A bad thing to have happen. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you would do. I don't even know what I would do, so yeah, I'm just curious to hear what other people would do in that type of situation. For me, luckily my parents live close by, so if you had any family that live close by, maybe you could reach out to them for some help. But yeah, this would be a bad situation to be in, for sure.
To sleep under a nearby bridge. I didn't even know where I was, but I was out of the rain and safe, so I was happy. As I was drifting off, I began picking up on some faint voices coming from across the river. I sat back up and saw what looked like 5 men standing on the opposite side of the river, along with a little boat that was tied off. They didn't seem to notice me. It took me less than a minute to realize what I was watching. There was an honest-to-God drug dealer or something going down right in front of me. My German isn't great, so I wasn't really able to make out what they were saying, but several briefcases and duffel bags were exchanging hands, so I filled in the blanks myself. I thought about finding a new spot, but I didn't want to draw attention to myself by moving. I figured I'd just wait for this to be over, then leave. All of a sudden, one of the men yelled something aggressively in German and pointed a gun at one of the other men. There was a brief moment of silence before the other guy put his hands up and began talking really quickly. It looked like he was being set up. The other men stripped the man at gunpoint of his clothing and started confiscating his belongings. I didn't feel safe there anymore and got up slowly to move. As I did, I heard one of the men shout what roughly translates to, "There's someone there." I started running, not even turning to look at them.
Dang, that would be scary, wouldn't it? To realize that you've been spotted in a situation like that. And I don't know, would you have stayed there and tried to be quiet, or would you have gotten out of Dodge like that? Because I don't know what the better option would be, because if you make any sound or movement whatsoever, then you're pretty much putting yourself at risk in that situation. But yeah, that would just be really scary. What an unfortunate turn of events this person had this night. Like, dang, that is just so unfortunate.
They shouted more things at me, but the only words I was able to understand were, "Don't shoot." I ran until I threw up and nearly passed out due to drunken exhaustion. There was no way they'd be able to catch me, but they could have easily killed me. Sometimes I still think about how I could have lost my life that night if those men had decided to fire at me. Sometimes I feel like I'm fated to run forever.
Yeah, that is a really sort of creepy experience that this person went through. And that's just why it's important to always kind of like keep track of where you put your stuff. Because I know that people in general just kind of like lose track of things easily. And that's how they end up in situations like that. But as long as you just keep track of your things, I feel like you could avoid dangerous situations like that. So, yeah, I thought this was a very creepy story overall. And if you're ready to start saving and making more money for your next horror adventure, to feed your next horror adventure, check the pinned comment below. But I hope that you enjoyed my commentary and the music, and I will see you in the next video.